Well, they shouldn't. And if you want to talk about stealing defeat from the jaws of victory, this is something that we're seeing Democrats right now leaning into with some of these primary battles. And they're not remembering that what works in New York City may not work in a general election in Michigan. And that's the thing. I don't care who wins the primary. I don't care if you've had success in those. That doesn't tell me anything. It's about the general election. And these people on the left, and I understand where they're coming from, and I get their passion. They don't understand that what works in a primary will not correlate or translate into a general. You will send a majority to Republicans.
This is Michigan. This is the case study in Michigan. Abdu al-Sayed is beating Haley Stevens in the primary, 41.4 to 35.4. This is the Democratic Senate primary polling DDHQ average. Then we look at who is supporting them. Black voters overwhelmingly for Haley Stevens. White voters for Abdu al-Sayed, who's the terrorist-adjacent Medicare for all socialism guy. College educated, no surprise, Abdu al-Sayed. Identify as socialist, Abdu al-Sayed. Scott, where is there enough wealthy or downwardly mobile, college educated, angry women to win a general election in Michigan?
Yeah. Potentially a primary, in a general, not enough. You've got to widen it out. You've got to be a broad appeal. And that's why it's funny. The Glengarry identifies them socialists. Yes, he is winning that category, but that is maybe 4 to 10%, 5 to 10% of the total electorate. He's got to be winning larger swaths to have a chance in the general.
Okay, and the issues for Abdu al-Sayed are coming out even more significantly. A couple of them from the Free Beacon. Abdu al-Sayed wants Medicare for all from cradle to grave. His psychiatrist wife doesn't accept Medicare or any insurance at all. Socialism for thee, not for me. And his father-in-law, quote, Abdu al-Sayed's father-in-law, a top donor to an al-Sayed super PAC, is among the top leaders of Muslim Brotherhood organization linked to terror funding. As part of his role with the Islamic Society of North America, which the federal government linked to the financing of Hamas, Tayyab Jukabah contributes at least $5,000 to the organization annually. How do you put in your model, Scott, what this does, not to primary voters, but to general election voters?
Well, look, you can't take statements like that and quantify it for a forecast. Where it does show up, though, when Mike Rogers starts running political ads, which he will. We're about a month away from the primary, and if Abu al-Sayed wins, you bet Mike Rogers, former intel agent, part of the government, a real old-school neocon, is going to run on this issue. And, Michigan voters tend to be a little bit more center-right, if not firmly in the center on national security issues.
Yeah, Democrats, the lesson here is not just from years past in recent time. Look at Republicans back in the Tea Party days when they ran people like Todd Aiken, Christy O'Donnell, people who were so far outside of the mainstream window of tolerance.
Look at Herschel Walker in Georgia.
Yeah.
Those people never got seated. They never became United States senators, and Democrats lost races that they could have been competitive. Republicans have lost races in the past that they should have won. Democrats are about to follow that same trajectory. And again, after Election Day, when everyone wonders what happened, what went wrong, historically we win in the midterm elections in an off-year time with an opposition president, with the economy doing badly. Why did it go south? This is the reason why, right here, the reason why Gary Peters endorsed Haley Stevens and not Abu al-Sayed, like he said today at the Hill Nation Summit with Joe Kay.
Yeah, what's stunning to me is how bad of a candidate Haley Stevens is just out on the stump. How that works with Mike Rogers, that may be the ultimate test going forward. Kurt Bardella, Scott Traynor, gents, thank you very much.